Western region's meals are all local products, with chicken, duck, fish and shrimp caught in the pond or canal in front of the house. Each family has its own style of meal, full of hometown love. Eating it once is unforgettable. Having the opportunity to wander around the West to visit friends' houses, I have eaten many Western dishes to entertain guests, some simple, some elaborate. The Western people are generous and hospitable. When you come to visit, they will bring out any specialties to entertain you. This bunch of river shrimp that has just been caught, fried with coconut water, is so sweet and fatty. A bowl of sour fish soup with morning glory and tomatoes. So simple, but why are there so few places that cook it so well? If there is no shrimp or fish in the house, just run out to the garden and catch a duck to entertain guests. After the duck is boiled, the water is used to make porridge, and the duck is chopped up. And you have a plate of boiled duck with ginger fish sauce and a plate of duck salad with banana flowers. The luckiest thing is to have a chance to drain the pond. Steamed baby crayfish, braised perch, and sweet boiled wild crab. Sometimes it's as simple as a plate of fried fish and a bowl of sweet squash soup from the garden. But what I remember most is the love of the people of the West. Sometimes when strangers meet, it feels like we've been close for a long time. Inviting each other to eat is like welcoming a distinguished guest from afar, making my heart flutter. Cooking is a way to show your love for your family. So Western people are very attentive and meticulous in each dish. Family meals are an opportunity to bond and share love among family members. The family still maintains the tradition of the whole family sitting together to eat, all generations from grandparents, parents to children. The old dinner in the countryside only had a pot of sweet potatoes. The salty food was a plate of salted fried shrimp, a bowl of fish stewed in soy sauce or stewed with Chinese plums, along with a plate of sweet potato leaves, water spinach with fish sauce, and tamarind sauce. When the mussel season came, there would be a bowl of mussel soup cooked with tomatoes or a few anchovies caught and cooked with arrowroot or sour ear fruit. The evening meal was the end of a hard day of labor in the fields. The meal was mainly made by the grandmother, mother or sister rushing into the shabby kitchen to light the fire. From the kitchen, the smoke from the dry straw poured out, covering the yard and the house. Many meals were cooked in a hurry, and several stoves were filled with thick smoke. I still remember when I was a child, I used to crawl into the kitchen to cook dry straw or pine needles. It is not a romantic or literary description of a red-hot stove. The person cooking the straw had to sit in the kitchen all the time because he had to pull the straw into a spool and use a shovel to push it in to cook. This dark, smoky corner of the kitchen was always dark, and even darker when it got dark. The light was not from the oil lamp but from the fire in the kitchen. Because of the smoke, everyone's eyes were blurred and sore. In the past, grandmothers, mothers or aunts cooked rice in clay pots very carefully because if they were careless, they would break them. So the fire had to be moderate, and when the rice was dry, they would be rolled to the corner of the kitchen and put it in straw ash to cook. Cooking soup, boiling vegetables or stewing fish also had to be done quickly, and by the time they were brought out, it was already dark. When opening the lid of the rice pot, one had to skillfully use chopsticks to scoop the ash from the rice to feed the dogs and cats. In many poor families, the daughter-in-law would put the rice in her own bowl to eat, leaving the bowl of white rice and soft sweet potatoes for her grandfather, father, grandmother, mother. Even though the dinner was in the dark, everyone was bustling. Before the meal, the children would take turns inviting grandparents, parents, and older siblings. The younger ones invited the older ones. Although there was not much to the meal, everything about the fields, the village, the neighbors' houses, was brought up to talk about. In the past, it was important for everyone to sit at the table, and there was rarely a matter of who ate first and who ate later. Therefore, the evening meal is always an image of reunion in the thatched roof family. The meal relieves hardships, sadness, and joy. In the past, when I went to the south, I saw many families giving their children a bowl of rice to eat. Who ate first, who ate last was not important. Maybe it was due to habits and customs. But now, no matter how hard many families try, they rarely have dinner together on the same tray. Therefore, many people in the city when returning to their hometowns often like to spread out mats in the yard to eat, holding a bowl of rice, looking at the banana leaves, the bamboo fence rustling in the wind and the afternoon smoke. People sometimes shed tears remembering their old relatives who used to sit here, now far away. The evening meal in the old countryside yard is an unforgettable feeling for those who have experienced it, so they will remember it forever.